Well, here we are again. Here we are again. Happy Friday. Happy Veterans Day. Let me do some shout outs so we can get off into this motherfucker. Snapple Apple is here. Tam Tam is here. V in training. Religion Free is here. Rose K, Shan, Nisi in this motherfucker. Right? Everybody's so fucking appreciated. Blue Rose is here. Listen, give me a one if you can hear me so I can say this with all of my heart. Love plenty. Lady Hyacinth. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. To the veterans out here, right? The ones that serve this country, looking beautiful in your uniforms, some sexy in their uniforms, to the men and women that protect this country, protect our freedoms, right? I appreciate you and thank you so much for your service. That includes police officers and firemen. Black women need you the most. They just don't know it. And I hope everybody went and found their free meals today that is a veteran, right? I hope somebody thanked you for your service. And we couldn't do none of this shit without you. So happy Veterans Day to everybody. Now, time to get into all this nonsense. Ladies, remember I told you about the unicorns? The unicorns. A lot of people think that there's a such thing as unicorn. Thunder Chicken said free KFC. I'm screaming. Hey, everybody had free meals for the veterans today. Okay, they deserve that and more. Hey, HB, how are you? Ladies, when I say all, I mean all. That includes doctors that are dusty, right? That includes high school dropouts and thugs, chemical engineers, and everything in between. And today it includes soldiers, okay? Because we got some soldiers that are dusty and they in here. Where they at? Where they at?
Soldiers are here, where they at, where they at? They want to speak to me, where they at? I know some soldiers are here, where they at, where they at? They want to speak to me, where they at? I know some soldiers are here,
where they at, where they at?
They want to spend that on me,
where they at?
I know some soldiers in here, where they at, won't mind putting that on me.
Oh shit. Your community is
I'm sick of you, DG.
That's y'all soldiers. That's y'all men. Do I need to go back? Is that worth a redo? I think
Yes.
so. Let's go.
One more.
Soldiers are here, where they at, where they at? They want to speak to me, where they at? I know some soldiers are here, where they at, where they at? They want to speak to me, where they at? I know some soldiers are here,
Where they at, where they at?
They want to spend that on me,
Where they at?
I know some soldiers in here, where they at, won't mind putting that on me.
Oh shit. Listen, these are y'all people. All you have to do is turn the camera on, turn on the video, and look, they right there. That's why I don't understand why people get so mad. The mirror sucks. When somebody turns a mirror on your ass, it sucks. You start attacking some people that, put the mirror on you. But that's a representation of your community. And don't get it twisted. Homegirl that was filming it, she egging it on, right? That's how y'all be over there with them folks, okay? Just encouraging the bullshit. Homeboy standing there with real tight pants. Somebody probably painted them on. And here you go. Here the fuck you go. Oh shit. Let me share my screen because we finna get to some soldiers in here. Y'all soldiers. The soldiers that represent your community. The ones that I wasn't talking to when I said Happy Veterans Day. Let's go. Hold on a second. I already got somebody in the back. Let me see what's going on. Y'all know I need my banner so y'all don't see no shitloads. Hold up. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get it in. Here we go. Abby, are you dusty? Abby.
Hi.
Hi. Are you dusty?
No, ma'am. But I just have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
What's your question, boo?
Okay, I just want to know, we're all divested and we don't date black men, right? And a lot of us consider, a lot of black women consider, biracial men not to be black guys. So does that count?
I didn't hear what you said because you kind of went out. Abby, you went out, babe. We finna get to the veterans if you don't repeat yourself.
Oh, sorry.
I hear you now. Now, what was the question?
Yeah.
So I can be nice and kind.
I just want to know, okay, is dating biracial men, is that considered biracial?
Do you have a boyfriend, Abby? Abby, I think we're having some audio difficulties. I hear you driving and all that kind of stuff.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Okay, because we talking about the soldiers, right? This the type of stuff that we talk about in Discord and that type of stuff. And I was wondering if you had anything on the topic, and because I'll answer your question.
Yeah,
I have no problem with it, but I don't understand what you're asking. All right, Abby. All right, I'm gonna put you in the back. Hit me up. Bye.
It's okay. I'll just call back another time.
Okay, that sounds good because I think we're having some technical difficulties, to be honest with you.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye. Welcome to the panel, Kyra. And actually, with Kyra said, let's do a Veterans Day show. So all of this shit y'all getting ready to see is Kyra's fault. Okay? Don't blame me for the shit.
Thanks a lot, Kyra.
Oh, I see. Put all the blame on me.
Absolutely.
Well,
Okay.
good
Uh-oh.
evening. Oh,
No, go ahead. Go ahead, dear.
Well, of course, good evening, DZ. Good evening, ladies. And
Hello.
I do want to thank the divested sisters who have served and are currently serving.
Yes.
You know what's interesting? They say we never give solutions, but guess what? There's quite a few Black women in our ranks who used military service to pull themselves up and out of their circumstances.
Absolutely. See, the thing is, Kyra, they don't want solutions. They want ways to make sure Black men can still fuck them. That's it. That when you get away from that, their solution is right there. It's called divest and turn your back on the Black community. But that's not an answer that they're willing to take. So they can say we don't have solutions because we don't have the solutions they want. Y'all, on the screen, this motherfucker's name is Michael Moore, right? 35 years old, active duty soldier. Okay, he's from Fort Hood. Well, he had an attitude one day with his girlfriend. Okay, and since this case is still up under investigation, they're withholding her identity. Well, he was in a bad mood one day, and once you're in a bad mood, you gotta kill somebody, right? That's how Blackistan operates. First person you can get your hands on, and then you can whoop her ass, and then she's weaker. Easy target. So they went on ahead and found his girlfriend strangled to death in his fucking apartment. This is a Fort Hood soldier. Now, when she got with him, I'm sure motherfuckers was congratulating her because she got her an army soldier, right? He got to have his head on straight. I mean, he passed the basic training and all that type of shit, and he just looking for a family and all this shit here. But if you listen to divested content, right, you would have never gave this motherfucker a chance. RIP to her. I don't have her name or anything like that because they're still investigating this son of a bitch, right? He's some of these bitches type. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I don't get what y'all are seeing in these motherfuckers, but what I'm seeing in them is rage, hate, and death. Okay? I don't know what you're doing, but it is what it is. Let's go to the next one. Look at this pretty ass woman here. Now, I don't know what she saw in the soldier on the right. His name is Alonzo, and her name is Akila. Okay? Akila was the mother of 5, and she was getting ready to have another one. She was 33 weeks pregnant with this nigga's baby. You know the most dangerous time in your life when you're a Black woman is either when you're getting with a nigga, pregnant by a nigga, or getting rid of a nigga. Okay, those are the 3 times that you might get, you might take a dirt nap. Okay, well, Akila was driving a car, 33 weeks pregnant. She had 2 of her other kids in the back seat, right? Little boy, little girl. I think he was 2 and the little girl was 4. I don't know where her other 3 children were. They were headed somewhere. Well, this motherfucker, like the soldier he is, hunted her down like a dog in his other car and took a shotgun and blew her motherfucking stomach off. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Let me look at these comments. Because I keep telling y'all that these niggas do not like them babies and they don't like you. So what you do, have 6 by him? A lot of people try to say, they just come down on women over there. Nobody's coming down on women. I'm telling you where the exit is. I'm standing there with a pair of red hammer pants on and a fire shirt talking about, look, bitch, the exit is over there. Don't do this shit. That's not coming down on you. It's actually the opposite. It's saving your fucking life. Okay, this woman here gave these niggas babies, gave this nigga one. Well, at least she was trying to give this nigga one. And when you do that, knowing that they don't deserve your womb, your life, your attention, or your conversation, they tend to feel away. Because make no mistake about it, they already don't like you. As a baseline, they don't like you. And then after that, it moves on these levels. If I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on this, I think the little boy also got hit with a shotgun blast, but she didn't make it. She was in nursing school, right? Trying to become a registered nurse. But one thing was fucking up her life, and it's to the right of her. This motherfucking nigga named Alonzo. How y'all get off track, especially when you're having a straight fucking path to success. How these niggas get you off track, I don't know. What are they saying to y'all? Because I don't talk to black men. I don't talk to them. What are they saying to you that's making you get rid of all the other receipts that you've been made aware of and try to build a family with this? Aaliyah, can you help me out here? Because I'm confused.
I really am at a loss for words. She said he took a shotgun and blew off her stomach.
He blew the shotgun at her. I know that's why he shot her motherfucking ass, because she was getting ready to give him a baby, and that's a no-no.
Wow. I have no words. As for what they say, absolutely nothing. I mean, the approach, they don't know how to talk to women, period. Hey girl, hey shawty, what's up? Hey, let me holler at you. No, that's the approach as far as they're concerned. Stupid shit, immature shit, childish shit. They don't talk. They don't.
Everybody on this list would be considered a unicorn, because in the black community, with black women especially, all you need to do is be black, have a dick, and a job.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because, I mean, you can look at her and look at him and tell that she was clearly out of his league and she could do much better than him. He looks terrible. So I don't get the appeal personally. And then when you look at one thing that all these photos have in common is the dead eyes. When you look into their eyes, there's absolutely nothing there. No soul, no nothing. So and that's one thing you'll see in all of these photographs. Maybe it's the military appeal she saw in him, because a lot of women do get with military guys because they look at that as an opportunity to travel and things like that. So maybe that was the appeal. I'm just guessing. So
we gotta get away from telling women about these storybook lives. If you still on that shit, you're bound for disappointment. There is no nigga out here that's gonna provide you with the Princess and the Frog. Let me say that again. There's no nigga out here that's gonna provide you with the Princess and the Frog. Whatever these mammies are selling, you need to go ahead and get a refund, because God damn it, these women's bodies are dropping. Black men are not built for family life. They're more selfish creatures than anything. And if they can't get anything out of it, you and the kids can kiss his ass. And hopefully that's all y'all have to kiss, to be honest with you, because they're not feeling that. They don't value family. They don't value education. They don't value having a cohesive fucking community or unit at all. But hey, it is what it is. Kyra, you got anything on these people here?
Well, it's like what you said, DZ. We have to stop selling, not we, but black women in general need to stop selling these fairy tale dreams. They probably thought, oh, he has a stable career. He's in the military. That comes with housing. That comes with benefits. And what's that say about the military? The military can't vet black men, but you can.
I wish I had a sound for clapping. Thank you. Thank you. And they dig all in your personal shit. You thought that you was able to get who he is after having a Chili's 2 for $20 and one of them cheap watered down ass drinks, and he need to come to your house?
I mean, what kills me about the whole vetting conversation is the flaw that you'll see in a lot of the logic as far as looking into their backgrounds and shit like that. Like what you were saying about the military. The thing is, just because you run a background check on somebody and they may very well have a clean background check, that doesn't mean this is still not a psycho. That doesn't mean this is still not this is a sane person. Because all that means is that he hasn't been caught yet with what he's been doing. He hasn't been charged or arrested or convicted of anything. That doesn't mean he hasn't done anything, though.
Facts.
So that's what kills me about that. It's like, do y'all know how flawed that logic is? All that means that nigga ain't been caught yet. That's all that means.
I'm glad you said something about the background check, because let's go ahead and scroll. This soldier here is only 20 years old. This soldier didn't have a criminal background. Actually, he was squeaky fucking clean. He's a soldier by the name of Corey Grafton, all right? He's also from Fort Hood. I don't know where Fort Hood is getting these niggas from, but they need to stop it. The woman on the right, her name is Chelsea Chatham. Okay. She's 32 years old. Now, why she went to the Days Inn with this 20-year-old dude, I have no idea, but she didn't make it out. Do you hear what I'm telling? Do you hear what I'm saying to you? No matter the circumstance, it's her business why she went there, but she didn't make it out. Trusting these niggas that so-called got a job, went to school, they got 2 baby mamas and they ain't dead yet, so you know you can go. I don't know why she was there. Okay, they went to the Days Inn hotel, and him having a military background, he was able to clean up the scene really good. He really was, because it took them running a sexual assault kit initiative program to even catch him, right? His DNA matched her, what was between her legs, and then they went on ahead and arrested him. This is his mugshot. Ladies, I don't know what it is. I don't. Women, Black women in particular, and the other races of women are finding out slowly but surely. You think that you found a unicorn. I'm seeing unicorns take y'all out as fast as the thugs. How about that part? I'm seeing the unicorns take y'all out with a little bit of sophistication, actually. Huh? Because your thugs, they just leave the crime scene bloody every goddamn where. This woman was in the fucking hotel room, stanking up the goddamn place because she's in there decaying. The maid came to see what the fuck was wrong with the room and found her strangled to death in that fucking room. And he also sexually assaulted her. Shane, what you got?
Well, I mean, other than that, I mean, these, like you said, these so-called unicorns, to be honest with you, they are more dangerous than the obvious Pookie and Ray Rays, because you can see the Pookie and Ray Rays coming a mile away. These Negroes, they sneak up on you because everything looks good right up front. No, like I said, they have a clean background. They have all of these all these so-called good qualities and whatnot, and they, even some of them are even smart enough to hold a decent articulate conversation. These, to me, are the most dangerous because, if you're not divested and you still think that these Negroes are normal, these will be the ones that will fly underneath your radar and you will not see them coming.
This is why I tell people, Shane, and everybody that's listening, you don't need to waste your time trying to vet one of these niggas. All you got to do is see he's a nigga and go. But DZ, white soldiers kill their wives too. They absolutely do. Right? You ain't dating white soldiers, number one. And number two, do I need to have the apples to oranges fucking speech again? Huh? Do we need to have the generality speech again with who adds more to society concerning your daily needs? Don't take me there, because I will embarrass the fuck out of you trying to compare one to the other. Okay?
I mean, and here's the thing when it comes to background checks also. It's not going to reveal to you any mental health information. That is sealed and those records are protected. They're not going to release any of that. That's a violation of their personal health information. They're just not going to do that. Even when they run the background check for the pistol permits and things like that, they never include any healthcare records and mental health records in that. They legally can't do that at this point. Those records are protected. And I understand why it's like that, because then you come into a privacy issue about what should be divulged in records and background checks and what should not. Well, you may say we have a right to know what this person's mental history is, but they can say, well, I may have a right to know how many STDs you caught or how many abortions you've had. I may have a right to know, well, how many kids you've had and how many kids you've lost to CPS custody. It's a whole bunch of shit that they may feel like about your past and your background that they may have a right to know. Same thing with your HIV status. So mental health records are protected. I'm sorry. So when you run background checks, that's not going to be included in that. It never has been.
Exactly. Let me put my banner back up. Paladina Major, are you Dusty?
No, I'm not Dusty.
Okay. What you got on the topic, ma'am?
I want to talk about Dusty veterans that get partially, they skip the crackhead stage and go into the military and come out and go straight into the degenerate behavior, will sit on all the benefits and live with mammy slash mommy. And then, when they pass away, yeah, mommy she got the flag and everything, but nobody was really there for her. And then the outcast of the family has to pick up the pieces. And I didn't know what the hell was wrong with them. I didn't know what was wrong with them because I was always arguing with my family about, why don't you use your expertise, the money that you have, and get use the benefits. And he died in his degenerate state.
See, this is the
His
thing.
yes,
Here's the thing, Major. You're still talking about finding ways to deal. I propose that you don't deal at all. You get what I'm saying? Trying
yes.
to
I'm glad
find
I found out
whose
about you
name is
guys.
on the paperwork and
Yes,
who's gonna be getting this and the health benefits of this. And the thing is, if it's a nigga, it shouldn't be a problem because you ain't dealing with them at all. Because
they
you're not
gone now, and
because you
that's
don't want to deal with the
yes,
bullshit. Do you
good
get what I'm
riddance.
saying?
Yes, but I still got to deal with Mammy, and still, she's here. She just got out the hospital, but I'm glad I found the group because I know I'm learning things. I know what to do.
Yeah, I'm glad you found us too. You don't have to deal with her either. You just need to
Yeah,
make moves in order to get yourself separated from these people. Let me make something clear. You don't have to deal with anybody.
thank you,
I don't give a fuck who they are. Whether it's your mama, your sister, your daughter,
thank you.
whoever, your friend that
Yes.
you don't have to
Oh,
deal with. You don't have to deal with them whatsoever. So, but what
thank
you
you.
do got to do is make plans and make a feasible goal to get the fuck from around them, because you see where all these roads head at some point. All of them don't lead to death per se, but they
Yeah.
all lead to catastrophe and
Well, they're
misfortune.
dropping like flies. So you know what? It is what it is. That's where
Yeah.
I'm at now. That's what's happening. So
All right.
I found out about divestment around the time that all this started happening. It's all recent,
Well,
and
thank you for coming
I
up.
yes.
Thank you
See
for
you in
coming up.
Discord.
Yes, ma'am. Nelly, are you dusty?
No, I'm not Dusty. Hi, DZ. Hi, ladies. How are you tonight?
I'm fucking amazing. How are you?
Hi.
I'm good. I'm about to have dinner. I just wanted to come by and give out my Veterans Day shout outs.
Okay.
Um, the first one is to the amazing Derek Chauvin. Um, I just want to thank him for the work that he has put in,
Okay.
and his sacrifice will never go unappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
As well as to all of the Beckys I see on TikTok crying, asking Black women for help with their,
It's
golden
the
haired
nerve for
biracial.
me.
I love the sacrifice they're making, and I just want to let them know it's okay. You'll get through it. 18 years, you'll be fine. And as Black women, we appreciate your sacrifice and keep it up.
That's what's up, Nelly. Thank you for coming up.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye. I liked her.
That girl said Derek Chauvin. I can't. This one is juicy, ladies. This one is juicy. Hey, darling. For the ones of you that are still jealous of Becky and Maria and Ling Ling them that have gotten a hold to your soldiers, you need to quit. You need to stop it, I say. We got a soldier in here. Homeboy in the middle, his name is Aaron Robinson. Aaron Robinson is a married soldier, well, was a married soldier. The gorgeous beauty queen, goddammit, on the right, okay, that's Cicely Aguilar. She's also married. Aaron and Cicely are not married to each other, but they was fucking, okay? She was taking a shit log all in that pumpkin head she got, okay? Lady on the left, her name is Vanessa Gillen. She's no longer with us. Let me tell you why. Vanessa was a new soldier, okay? She's on the base with them, and Aaron liked what he saw. He went on ahead and asked her out, and she said, fuck you, nigga. I'm not fucking interested. Shout out to her, all right? But you know, with niggas, that's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna be, that's unacceptable. You gonna fuck me, right? When I say you gonna fuck me, you don't get to decide what is good and what ain't. Well, Aaron in the middle, he went on ahead and of course he took her, he kidnapped her, he raped her, he dismembered her, he buried her, he did all this shit. But guess what, ladies? Not without the help of Pumpkinhead over there on the right. She helped him dispose of his other mistress. I know this shit sounds fucking confusing. Everybody up there is married except for Miss, what is her name? Miss Vanessa. She's the only one that's not married. Okay? The two on the right both were married to other people, not each other. The Pumpkinhead was helping him in the middle get rid of Vanessa. Now, if you're confused by this story, let me see what's going on. Yes, it is, baby. XOXO is a fucking mess. This story went viral. It was on ABC, NBC, World News, all over the place. Oxygen and Snapped and every goddamn thing else. Killer couples. So, there was at least two women, Pumpkinhead on the right, and whoever his wife is, that thought they had a soldier in here where they at. Unicorn ass motherfucker. That's why I asked a couple seconds ago, what the fuck are they saying to y'all to get y'all to cooperate like this? Because I can't imagine anything you could say to me to help me bury and dismember another woman.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Him and Orange Head was they are both married to other people, but they were already messing around. And that wasn't enough. He was trying to get with somebody else while he was already cheating on his wife. So he had his mistress help him get rid of the next woman that he wanted to cheat with.
Absolutely. You got
that
it.
Was wow, that's crazy as fuck. And this goes to show you, even when they cheat, one woman on the side is still not enough. He was just gonna keep going. They have to have everybody's pussy. Like, you just have to get whatever. You got a wife at home and a mistress, and that still ain't enough.
I told you, it's a 2 pussy minimum when it comes to unicorns. People don't believe me. It sounds crazy when I say it. It does. I'll give it to you. But with unicorns, which y'all call unicorns, because I don't believe in unicorns, there's a 2 coochie minimum. You don't have a unicorn, ma'am. You have a piece of one that you're sharing with somebody else, and usually they're involved in some illegal shit as well. All applied to Unicorn Aaron in the middle. Okay? All of them applied to it. Homegirl said, cut black veterans some slack. They serve the country. Click the link. Click the link. That's what you do. I'm going to cut you some slack. I find it funny when motherfuckers say shit like that while they are watching in real time the bodies drop. I will not be cutting Dusty veterans no slack. I won't be doing it.
And you would think that she wouldn't have had a problem with the girl because she didn't want anything to do with him. But so I'm still trying to understand why they felt it was necessary to get rid of her.
Well, the thing is, he took the coochie. He R-worded her. Okay. And he didn't want to be reported back to the base. He didn't want to go to jail. So after that, he took her out. And from what I understand, they dismembered her, and the police were finding bones in whatever grave area they put her in. Just her bones were coming up.
Wow.
Okay. Her family, they're never going to be the same. They are fucking devastated, and as they should be, about what happened to that girl. She was only 24 years old. There to just go ahead and move up in the ranks and then find her way in life. And here come niggas with their shit log, believing that they're the most desired, and they legit get confused when you don't want nothing to do with them because they eaten up all this rhetoric about them being wanted all over the place. Dusties, nobody wants you but each other, right? And mammies love you, I'll give you that, but the world ain't checking for you, boo. They're not. Let's move on. Ladies, let me tell you something. And this right here is going to prove my point about homeless Dusties and all the way up to physician Dusties, right? This man right here is from Fort Jackson in Maryland. His name is Malik Kearney, 35 years old. He was a chemical weapons specialist. Okay, that sounds unicorny, right? That sounds very unicorny and educated and everything else. He was a chemical weapons specialist. That's what's up. He also served 4 tours of duty, 3 of them in Iraq. Good little repertoire. Well, baby girl on the right, her name is Carlin. She's 24 years old and she fell head over heels for this Dusty. Because the fact of the matter is, Carlin don't know what a Dusty is. Yeah, it's topical prejudice so that you can get past to the other shit. Okay? He ended up marrying her and had a 4-month-old baby with her. Well, when I told you about unicorns and the 2 coochie minimum, there's a 2 coochie minimum. I said what the fuck I said. Okay? So he got stationed at another base. She's also a soldier. Let me not leave out that part. She's also a soldier or was a soldier. He went out to his other base and started fucking everything moving. And I mean everything. He put his dick in everything moving. But it was one lady in particular. Her name was Dolores that he actually liked. And he wanted to keep her on the team, you know, because niggas be having a team of pussies they be getting into. Her name was Dolores. So he wanted to settle down with Dolores. He wanted to cheat on Dolores instead of cheating on Carlin because Carlin got boring. She started, you know, taking care of her baby and going to work, going to sleep, and being just a day-to-day human being. Well, that ain't good enough for a fucking Dusty. You have to entertain them as well. Fuck them every day, cook for them, clean the house, all that good shit. You have to be a slave to them. It is what it is. Well, since he wanted to settle down with Carlin, he went on ahead and shot Carlin in the chest while she was holding their baby, let her fall to the ground with the baby in her arms, pulled her panties down to her ankles to make it look like somebody else did it, and SA'd her. Left the baby on top of her bloody fucking mother to set this shit up. Kyra, I know you got something on this shit. And by the way, since we messy as fuck, I know y'all want to see Dolores. This is Dolores. Hope I came through for you. That's Dolores. Smooth back up. Go ahead, Kyra.
So I had that picture of Dolores. So it looks like Carlin was out preferenced by the ultimate preference.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. There's no satisfying them. So with black women, check it out. I told you last time I was here on Tuesday that you're a placeholder with these niggas. Carlin was a placeholder too. She just wasn't aware of it because all of the shit that they talk about them being better than you. Well, they don't get treated any better than you. You might as well stop being fucking jealous. Stop it. What?
But you know that she thought she caught a unicorn because, like, as you were reading his credentials, you know that would have mammies wet in their panties, just listing all those credentials, so to speak, of this Dusty.
You know how disrespectful it is to leave your 4-month-old daughter laying on top of her bloody mother after you pulled her panties all the way down to her ankles? That is the disrespect. He don't give a fuck. Again, stories like this prove the fact that they don't like your children either, no matter who coochie they coming out of.
I mean, it's another beautiful lady. Could have done so much better, but hey, it is what it is.
It's nuts. Let me put my banner up because we got somebody ringing the doorbell. Coco Goddess, are you Dusty?
No, I'm not. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, I just wanted to. I emailed you. We emailed each other a few times actually, and I was assaulted yesterday on the train by a Dusty.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Did you call the police?
Yeah, I called them, and after he hit me right in the face, everybody just watched me cry. Nobody did anything to him. He walked right off the train. But another black woman, she did come up to me and comforted me. And it was one man that came up to me as well, and we all went to do a report. And
Coco, what was he trying to do? Rob you? What was going on? I'm
no,
sorry that this happened to you.
yeah, the train that I take home, it's really crowded. It's like the 4 and the 6 train.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to get off at the stop, and what he did, he kept on shoving his body into me and his bike that he had. So I asked him, is it that serious? And he said yes. And then he still kept shoving his way into me, and then he kicked his legs into my legs. And then after he did that, he parked his bike by the door, the train door, and hit me right in the face.
If you feel comfortable sharing, there's some women in the chat would like to know what city it is, but if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to say it.
New York City.
Okay. Well, god damn.
Yeah, that
Jesus Christ.
was.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. My face still hurts, and when I open my mouth, it hurts. I'm gonna set up a doctor's appointment to get looked at because the EMS never came. Never came.
Ladies, listen. You can thank your mammies for what's going on with your emergency workers. This is not a joke. It's not a joke at all. We sit up here. We've all already divested. So some of these little facts and figures, we can laugh at them. But this is what I'm talking about when it comes hitting on the front door. Um, if you think it can't happen to you, keep playing around with niggas, right? Keep pretending like people are being hyperbolic or just trying to keep black men down, and you end up getting your issue. I so what's supposed to happen next after
They
you go to the doctor?
the
Let me ask.
the police said they're gonna check the cameras. I don't know how long that's
So they
supposed
didn't
to
catch
take.
him?
No.
Fuck me.
I just have a funny feeling that he's going to get away with it for some reason. And I did not have time to pull out my taser or anything. I carry a taser that looks like a flashlight, but it
Hmm.
happened so fast, so I didn't have time to pull out any of my stuff. So from now on, I have a fanny pack, like a crossbody bag. I'm gonna keep all of my stuff in there for easier access instead of my backpack.
Yeah, I
And
would too. You
yeah,
ladies, y'all got to stay armed. You got to stay armed. Once the live cuts off or whatever, that the real world happens. It's they're out there. Okay. And so I know from here on out, you're gonna feel some type of way, some motherfucker trying to sit up there, downplaying what the fuck people are saying about niggas because they're dangerous as fuck.
yeah, they are. And also too, I want to learn how to shoot. I need to look at the laws, like the gun laws out here. And also I want to get like this it's not considered a firearm, but it's a gun, and it has like these little like paintball pellet things, but it has
Yeah.
like special effects, like when you shoot the attacker, there's like you get your eyes start to hurt and all that other stuff. So I want
Okay.
to get that.
Yeah, stay on top of it. I wish, the ladies would go ahead and get that shit popping instead of waiting until it's too late. Y'all don't wait till it's too late. It's
Yeah.
better to have it and it never happened to you than for it to happen and you don't have it.
Yeah, if you guys want to know the name of it, it's called a burner gun. It's spelled BYRNA. Just look that up.
Yeah, and make sure it's
Yeah.
legal in your city because these gun laws they differ from state to state big time.
Yeah, but that's all I have. I really love your show and everything.
Well, thank you for coming up and check it out. Email me again and stay on top of whatever the detectives of whoever, whenever they call, return their calls. Just do what you can to make sure they stay on top of this because there's so much of this shit happening. It's to the point where they're getting overwhelmed because guess who doesn't have funding? Guess who doesn't have funding? Ooh, I almost said that shit here. Stupid ass bitch. Guess who doesn't have funding? Because you said defund them. They not even coming out for petty shit no more. You're gonna have to go to the police station and make your reports when somebody go ahead and rob you at a Target or that type of shit. All so we could keep the Dusties comfortable. This shit is infuriating. It
Yeah.
really is.
But thank you for having me up.
Absolutely.
I'll still be watching.
All right. Thank you for coming up.
Bye.
So, ladies, this man is doing life. I feel like that's bothering me a little bit. It really is. I hate when stuff like that happens to women that I actually talked to before. That shit gets up under my skin, and it's finna make me violate community guidelines up here. So, mm, I need to take a couple seconds break. Yep,
I
yep.
mean, I hate it that happened to her. It's it's not her fault. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing she could have done that would have made the situation any different. Because I know every time something happens, you kind of go over it again and again in your mind to see what I could have done differently. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like there's nothing you could have done. Because I'm sure that attack caught her completely off guard. Like she said, she wasn't even expecting it. So she had a weapon, which was going to be my question. Like, I know New York gun laws are pretty strict, but I'm like, what exactly are they allowed to have for protection?
From what I
What?
understand, somebody in Discord said that tasers were illegal in New York. So I don't know what they allowed to have up there. That's nuts.
Yes, it is. And I'm like, see, I couldn't do it. I don't see how they do it. Like, I have to have something on me. But even in her case, even though she had it, it was just in the wrong location and she couldn't get to it fast enough. So that goes to show you, you have to be quick and
Mhm.
do not turn your backs on these things. Do not turn your backs on them. Do not talk to them, engage with them. Don't ask them any questions. Just, I mean, I always keep a certain amount of distance between me and them, because if you lunge or if you move, I need to be able to be in a situation. And see, this is why I don't even fool with tasers. I really don't, because some of these things are immune to that type of voltage. It's not
Ain't they
enough,
though? I've seen
and
it.
they
They
will
the cops will tase them and they just stand there.
yeah, and they will shake that shit off and keep right on coming. I need something that's going to put you down. Aim for the head or the chest and put them down. I need something that's gonna stop you cold in your tracks. I don't need you to be stunned. I need you to be down. Don't keep coming at me. Sometimes when you shoot them with them tasers, they're gonna keep coming.
Because they
So,
beasts. They fucking beasts.
so I mean, it's just like I said, it's unfortunate. But she just has to know it's not her fault. And I know that it's a lot of things she wish she could have done differently. But to be honest with you, he probably will get away with it and turn around and do the same thing to somebody else.
A lot of these niggas is getting away with these crimes. Whenever we show a crime up here, I try to come back with an update, but the update be something that's a smack on the cheek, on the wrist. I'm sorry. You know, they're not doing any time for fucking with you. That's why you got to defend your fucking self. And that's another reason why these niggas made it to where nobody is going to protect you. They have already said to the public space that they ain't finna protect you. They didn't stumble over them words either. They said you're not worth it. They don't want to settle down with you. They don't want to provide for you. And they said they have no obligation to protect you. So once the men in your community say that shit, other people are going to kind of step back too. Like they must know something I don't know. So y'all, you have to stay armed. Aim for that fucking do-rag. Seriously, take that fucking do-rag and that Dax grease and get it the fuck off his head if you're being accosted.
I wanted to add, the haters of your channel say that, oh, all they do is talk about black men. Well, excuse me, black males, excuse me. I used the wrong word, I'm sorry.
Them
But
bitches can kiss my ass, Kyra. They
but
can
the
kiss
thing
my ass.
but Coco Goddess, that's one of the reasons. Any of us can be out minding our business and get accosted by one of them. And I'm sorry that happened to Coco Goddess, but I'm glad that it wasn't worse. That's the thing. We have to say, I'm so glad it wasn't worse, because knowing how these grapes are, it could have turned out so much worse.
Absolutely. I'm glad she made it through it. That's crazy that me and her was emailing back and forth. And you got people up here talking about cut them some slack. I'm not cutting a nigga no goddamn slack. Fuck a nigga. What?
Like DZ said, they can kiss our asses at this point, because these things are running around terrorizing everybody. And as black women, we have a right to talk about that shit. And we don't need another bitch's permission in order to do that. And that's what kills me about 1 minute they say all we talk about is black men. The next time is all we talk about is black women. I mean, I wish they would just go ahead and pick the story, get the lie together, and stick with it. I mean, they keep going back and forth so much and changing their opinions. And it's like, who asked you to listen to what the fuck we have to say? If you don't like what we are talking about, if you don't like the direction that this channel is going, if you don't like the rhetoric, why the fuck do you tune in? I'm convinced that a lot of these bitches just listen to this shit so they can have something to complain about. We are the fodder for them. We are the topics for their live streams and their channels. Because if you don't like what we have to say, you don't have to be here. But they show
Listen,
up.
light brown sugar girl. Check it out, sis. Look, I'm going to show you something real quick. For those of you that have heard me say, it doesn't matter what shade of brown you are, how light you are, how dark you are, what size you are, your income. As a black woman, niggas don't like you. Can we get like some hearts or some fire emojis in the chat for that? Because baby, all shades of black women are welcome over here. Whether you albino or whether you dark as the darkest night. Honey, I have said that so many times. Colorism, right, is a problem in the black community. When you are affected by colorism, it's because the niggas don't prefer you or the niggas do prefer you. That's a black on black crime as far as I'm concerned. Darling, all shades of brown are welcome in here. I've addressed colorism several times to the point where I got motherfuckers mad with me for saying what I said, right? Because I don't do any coddling. Okay, so whatever shade of brown you are, and you're a black woman, niggas don't like you. You are a placeholder. They have a pecking order in the black community that I'm telling you to divest from. You shouldn't give a fuck what a nigga prefers. I don't care if he like Burger King over McDonald's. Fuck that nigga, right? You shouldn't give a damn what a nigga motherfucking prefers. Fuck him. They don't put anything in society that you use on a day-to-day basis. So his preference is of no consequence. Point blank, period. If you're still feeling some type of way about the way niggas are setting up their pecking order, then you might just be a mammy. You might still want black men. So I want you to know, light brown sugar girl, you are very welcome here. I don't know what your shade is. I don't know what your preference is. But if you are a black woman that already knows, right, that black is saying is to be gotten the fuck away from, as by all the 200 fucking videos up here that has nothing but receipts, welcome to Divest the Zealot channel. All right? Just had to put that out there. Fuck a nigga and fuck his preference. Fuck his mama. Fuck his cousins and them that said he the first one to go to college. Fuck them hoes. All of them. Okay? So I wouldn't be battling for position with what a nigga got going on. Welcome to the panel. Miss Ebony, how are you?
I'm fine, DZ. How are you?
I'm fucking amazing.
This is just stupid. Where they at? Where they at? Oh my God. And yes, I'm a veteran. Thank you, ladies, very much.
Thank you for your service, Ebony. Appreciate you.
Thank you. They cannot be vetted.
Mm-hmm.
They could never be vetted. And I don't know why that's hard to get. I don't care where he went to school. I don't care how many Ivies he went to. You cannot vet them. If he doesn't have a record, they just haven't caught him yet.
Facts.
And a lot of them will tell you that. You know, I'm a slick nigga or whatever they'll call themselves. That kind of stuff.
Ebony, look how many news shits we shown, right? Where the nigga ain't had no criminal record, but he did some of the most violent shit ever.
So how do they think if the police academies half the time cannot vet them?
No.
They take their weapon and they turn it.
But black women say after a 2 for 2, right? And a 2-step dance and a couple of A's, they know this nigga. Girl, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere.
They won't. And that's the thing. These stories are beginning to write themselves. It's like all we have are just new names.
Yeah.
When you think about it, make up a new name. Because basically it's the same thing day in, day out. Doesn't matter where he is, doesn't matter what family he comes from, nothing. You cannot vet these guys. They are shady, manipulative from get.
Yeah, I agree.
And they will basically take you off the earth. And I'm going to tell you now, and I've heard it from their mouths, jail ain't but a thing.
They like going to jail. Shit.
Yeah, they like jail. That's not a deterrent. You know that
death penalty ain't even a deterrent. You know how many niggas in Texas be fucking? And Texas don't play with motherfuckers. They kill your ass when you on death row. That ain't a deterrent for their ass either.
No.
When you think about it, why would they fear jail when a lot of them have been in and out of jail since they were juveniles, delinquents? So from the time they enter their first juvenile facility, they've been in and out of lockup their entire lives, most of them, by the time they reach adulthood. So then they're pretty much used to it. They already know everybody there. So that's why they don't mind going back and forth.
And jail is a way for cicadas to absolve themselves of all adult responsibilities. We talked about this before. They get 3 hots and a cot, they get health insurance, they have education, they have all their needs that they would have to meet. They would have to be responsible for food and housing outside of jail, but in jail it's taken care of for them. They're happy.
They get all the man booty hole and shit log they want to. Let's not leave that part out, okay? Because y'all, I saw a story. I ain't even finna go down there. This is a Veterans Day situation. Mari, Shiva, are you dusty?
Hell no,
What's happening?
not much.
So what you
Hashtag
got on the
all.
topic, boo?
It's kind of on the topic. I know you don't like people going off topic, but
Show
I
don't,
wanted
show
to.
don't. Go and respect that girl. Do me a favor and respect that shit.
It's about the gun situation. I just want to say that I do understand how you would want to live somewhere that you could carry, but it's better to live somewhere where you don't need to carry a gun around.
Well,
You know?
we live in an area that hardly has any crime, and we got guns all over
Me
the
too.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're legal. I don't want to
Yeah.
be somewhere where you can't have a gun. We're talking about state level bullshit.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just saying I live in a state that has a really low population of Black people. It's 3%, and we have like no crime here. So,
And y'all still
I don't
got
have to
guns
walk out
though.
like the Terminator out of my house,
No, that's not what we're saying. Just be prepared for anything because you have
Of course.
no idea. You
Of
could
course,
be
yeah, of course.
traveling. You could be just headed to the store. For some odd reason, these niggas is bleeding out of Blackistan, and they're in areas where normally they're not at.
Yeah,
So
that's
being
true.
in a state that you can carry a gun, that would be a lot more safe. I wouldn't bet. I don't bet on Black. Fuck what Wesley Snipes said. I don't bet on Black.
Yeah. No,
And
I think we should try to move. Like, I just feel like especially like a lot of the red states, the thing with them is it's good to be able to have your freedoms to carry a gun, but they also just have a huge population of Black people and makers in general. And if you moved to, it's, somewhere like Vermont, which is like 2% Black people, and even though it's a blue state, there's no crime. Like it's a very low crime area. So
I bet you
that's
those
all.
people that's out there with that no niggas in low crime, I bet you they got guns, regardless
I'm
of
sure,
to where
yeah.
you live. Have
No,
a
yeah, I
gun.
have one too. I don't carry it around. I keep it in my house, just in case. But you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Well,
Yeah.
you brave. We take ours up under the hip, boo. And
well,
it ain't no real niggas out here either. Go ahead, Kyron.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
You
DZ.
didn't interrupt me, girl. Go.
Well, I just wanted to point out to the caller, understand this. You may live in a very low cicada area, but all it will take is one of your Becky neighbors to get an itch in her coochie and
Preach.
bring one of the shit logs into her house, and your whole neighborhood will go into utter chaos. You are
Hmm.
one
Very true.
Becky away.
Okay.
I agree.
I don't know. I have to have mine. I told the ladies in Discord, our gun is my side, man. It's my side piece. What? Hold up, y'all. We got somebody else in the back. Ashley B, are you dusty?
No, I'm not. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
Fucking amazing.
Good. I was a little shaken by your caller from New York. I'm from New York too, and I take that train a lot. And just a precaution for anybody else out there who lives in New York. If you see one of them get on the train and they look a little funny, whenever I see one of them, I get off and get on the next car that's right behind it. And if someone else comes on that looks a little weird, I do the same thing. I don't look at them. I don't engage them. If one of them sits next to me, I get up and move to the other side. They're so dangerous. If you go down into the train, you'll see all the postings of wanted for this, wanted for that, of all these people who have done things that got away with it and haven't been caught. So
They always on them damn lists. If you go to one, it's a particular post office in Atlanta. If you go your ass in there, they have a child support most wanted list. And their arrearages up there. They got all the motherfuckers is trash from the rooter to the fucking tutor. You hear me?
I know, I see it I unfortunately, there's no parking near me, so I have to take the train a lot, and you really have to be careful. You really, I mean, always look behind you. It's crazy how, and you can see it in their face, like they're just up to no good all the time. I mean, I was on the train one time, and one of them got on and rolled his bike over my foot and looked at me like I did something, and I just got onto the next car because they're just a nuisance
They're
everywhere they go.
indescribable. Anytime somebody comes up here trying to describe a naker, they end up stuttering over it, and that includes myself, because they're damn near unbelievably fucked up. You know?
Yeah, I mean, just
somebody playing with some
To be perfectly
foil or something.
honest with you, I disregard everything the last person just said that called up here. I don't give a fuck where you live at. As a woman, you are supposed to have protection. I don't care if you have a man or not. Your man is not going to be with you 24/7. I want to hope you do. At some point, you're going to have to go to the grocery store. You're going to have to go to the gym. You're going to have to get outside and do some things on your own. It doesn't matter. And you need your protection. I don't give a damn where you stay at. And it's crazy to say you don't need a gun where I live at because it's no crime, but you have one in your home. So obviously you acknowledge that you do have to have one at some point. It's nice to know that you have that protection in case you need it. And so I think it's irresponsible to try to move somewhere where there's no crime. And it's like, okay, whatever.
No, I wasn't saying to move somewhere where there's not like that, but like how the caller just said how she's on the train and she's afraid. I was just saying like maybe try to lessen, try to.
But regardless, honestly, you should have protection at all times. Honestly,
right, I agree.
Yeah, it just makes sense,
I agree, and Aaliyah's right. I do. I have it in my house because just in case, so.
Okay,
you're right about that.
Wonderful. Everybody, all you ladies need to have your little purse on deck, if you understand what I'm saying. Make sure your paperwork is in order and just get it. Okay.
Yeah, I have to look in figuring out. I don't know what the laws are in Brooklyn. It's really strict out here, but I'm sure I could figure it out since, I don't have a record or anything, so it shouldn't be too hard.
No, go ahead. Everybody have to figure what's going on in their respective states, because Lord knows I don't want y'all to take y'all ass to jail simply for trying to protect yourself. So make sure your paperwork is on deck. Keep that shit in the same drawer that you keep your gun. When you carry your gun out with you, put that shit in your glove box. Have your paperwork on deck. Yes, sir. You can find him. His do-rag is across the street, and he's laying over there. Right. Yes, sir. I took his do-rag off. Okay. Just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, I will do that. But that was all I wanted to say. Just everybody be careful and get protection however you can. I know I'm going to do that very shortly. So, thanks for taking my call. I love your show.
Absolutely.
And thanks for all that you do.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ladies, we have another soldier in here, right? This fucking gorgeous ass girl, Anitra Gunn, she's 23 years old. This happened in Georgia. I know Kyra probably knows about this because this was a hot fucking mess. Anitra Gunn was 23 years old, and she was also a student at Albany State. Okay. Fort Gordon is down there, and there's a sergeant down there by the name of DeMarcus Little. That fucking thing you see on the right, that roach face motherfucker that you see on the right. I don't know why Anitra even entertained him for any amount of time. Anitra was his girlfriend for a little while. Well, Anitra figured out that, Mr. DeMarcus, his motherfucking ass is trash. Well, I could have told Anitra that before she even gave the number. I don't know why y'all think y'all got to give motherfuckers a chance. You don't have to give people a chance. They don't deserve it. They just don't deserve it, ladies. Okay? So She started trying to back away from the relationship because she's figuring out the trash is happening. Well, he notices her slipping away a little bit, and he flat out asked her, you know, what's going on? What I do? Da, da, da. And she told him nothing. And she did this is smart, y'all. It didn't work out at the end, but it was the best route she could take. Nothing's going on. You know, I'm getting ready to graduate. I'm getting ready to travel and see the world. And you didn't do anything, DeMarcus Naker. You didn't do anything. It's not you. It's me. She tried. Well, he professed his love to her in front of her, and she laughed at him. That's it. He killed her for laughing at him. This soldier in here killed her for laughing at him. You know how it is when, you know, you on the young side. So a lot more stuff is funny when you younger. It is. I used to laugh at everything when I was in my 20s. Everything was fucking funny. Well, he was professing here, I have to have you. I love you. Da, da, da. He saw her getting ready to grow. And when you're getting ready to grow, niggas get nervous. That's why they don't like the divestment movement. They don't like it at all. Because you getting too big for your britches, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are? You supposed to be here taking care of me. Well, DeMarcus Little felt that way. Her wings were spreading. She was getting ready to be a motherfucker out here, and he couldn't have it. I told you that I love you, right? And you laugh at me, that is enough for a Naker to kill you. I said what I said. So he drags her in the woods and leaves her body out there to decay. Well, after the cops did their investigation, of course, it led back to this motherfucker through text and GPS and all that good shit. And DNA, by the way. He's gone to jail for the rest of his life. Now, this girl here deserved better. She is the type that black men target the most. When they want to shit on motherfuckers, they go for a different type. But this one right here, they target them for placeholding. You get what I'm saying? They want you to not listen. You not light skin, you brown skin. Yeah, you cute a little bit, but black men the only one that want you. I done did a lot for you. You ain't gonna find a nigga like me. That's how they do these women. You need to stop falling for that. Black men are not the only men that want you, ladies. And a lot of women, you got to know that it's okay to be single. What's wrong with being single? You let other mammies tell you that that's why you ain't got no man. Fuck that whore. Fuck her. Women are losing their lives because they think they have to have a black man. They don't even think they have to have a man per se. They think they have to have a black man in the black community. And it's costing lives. This girl is younger than my daughter, so it touched me. Y'all don't owe these niggas nothing. Nothing. Don't get into the relationship with them so that you don't have to suffer the dangerous time getting out of the relationship with them, ladies. Dead ass serious. What y'all got on this?
I mean, there's something inside these things that makes them feel like they own black women. Period.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, she's cute as a button. She has dimples. Beautiful woman. What the hell? I mean, he had to know, like, but they cannot stand to see you shine. They can't stand to see you evolve. They can't stand to see you grow. They can't stand to see you do anything that's going to put them, you know, put them on the back burner or possibly leave them behind in any way. So they don't want you to come up. They're not happy for you. So they would rather take you up off this planet than let you be free so you can go be great. So it's just every time they see a black woman doing something positive, because when you look at a lot of these stories, even on these other channels, like the channels you were talking about, these majority of these stories, these are not only exceptional women, they are good looking women. These are some beautiful ladies, but it's something exceptional about each and every last one of them. When you listen to these cases, these women are in school to be nurses, doctors, they're soldiers, you know, so these are women that were actually going somewhere. They had something going for themselves. They were in college, you know, doing positive shit. And for some reason, that bothers these niggas.
Yes.
I told you guys, The black community and black men would rather black women be dead than happy. I told
That's
you that.
that's not being hyperbolic. That's true. That's very
Yes.
true. Thunder Chicken, welcome to the panel, ma'am.
Hey everybody.
Shut up, girl.
Okay,
Get
so
your ass from up here.
first I wanted to say, I'm mixed. I'm a mixed chicken.
Oh, Thunder
So
Chicken, you
I'm a
brought
light
your ass up
skinned
here to troll. Y'all,
I'm a
Thunder
light
Chicken
skinned
be
chicken.
trolling.
But seriously, I if he this guy looks like he may have been a few chromosomes away from having some sort of syndrome.
They all look like that to me. I don't make me put that video up here with that other black man how I actually see their asses. I don't get the attraction. How are they irresistible? I need help here.
Yeah, I can see why the lady laughed at him because he just looks like
Yeah, but she gave
he's
him the time
very
of day. If she thought he was, she gave him the time of day. That's the part I can't get over. How? How? Mm-mm.
and I also wanted to say I was poking fun at this light skinned girl back here, but back to blue, and I'm still a mixed chicken. Bye-bye.
Get your mixed chicken ass up here. Bye, girl. Okay, hold on. Because we have us a real soldier, a real soldier story that's fixing to be off the chain. And y'all, a lot of y'all gonna learn something tonight. Hey, Mermacorn, how are you?
Hi, DZ. Hi, ladies.
Hey, what you got?
I just wanted to say thank you, Kyra, for the Veterans Day show. As an active duty member, I want to specifically speak to the woman that said to give the veterans a break and tell her that there is no break for them. The amount of harassment that I have gone through in my career because I don't care for them.
See, this is why I didn't want her saying that fucking shit, because them black men in the military really catch y'all off in corners somewhere, and it's almost like they have y'all trapped, and you don't know whether to report, what to report, what's going to be the repercussions and that type of shit. So I appreciate you coming up here.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I wanted to say. So, any woman in the chat, the haters that want to say give them a chance or it's not all, tell that to someone that is literally faced with do I report or do I keep my career? That's what we are forced to think about. Is if I want to stay serving my country, I have to deal with this harassment from this ape, and I really don't care to do that. Oh, excuse me, grape. And so I don't appreciate the disrespect to people who are actively serving and for all the veterans who aren't serving anymore, who had to deal with these idiots while they were wearing the uniform and maybe had to go home at night and, cry themselves to sleep or talk to their best friends or whatever the case may be, because they still had to take care of themselves and serve while they're being harassed every day. That story from Fort Hood, I know that story very well. And the reason why that woman's story was highlighted is because her Latin community got behind her and they told the military, you will find her and we will not let this rest. Who's doing that for Black women?
Not a soul. But you got people up here talking about cut Black veterans a break. When I say Black veterans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That thing on your screen to the right. I'm not cutting them motherfuckers no slack. That girl on the left is no longer here.
Peace. So
I was at Fort Hood. I know what it can get, what it can be like down there. And I do not have a military career because of grapes.
See what I'm saying?
Because I wasn't going to tolerate it.
At the end of the day, it's all about keeping them comfortable. They always chucking bones at the goddamn ground, talking about, hey, not all. It's always not all. That's the bitch's favorite word. Not all, not all, not all. Take your not all ass somewhere and sit the fuck down and eat your food, goddamn it. What? Anyway, go ahead.
Well, Mermacorn, it's wonderful to hear your voice. Thank you for your service and stay safe because you're still active, right?
I am, but don't worry, I'm safe and I carry mine always.
Boom. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you, Murmur Corn.
But I just wanted to come up and say that because I know there were some women in the chat who have served, but I also haven't been up on the panel in a while. So I just wanted to say thank you. I love you guys, and no slack for any of them ever.
Thank you, Murmur Corn. The soldier has spoken. The soldier has spoken. Drea James, are you dusty?
Hi, DZ. I am not dusty.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely. What do you have on the topic?
So what I have to say is, first off, I love your channel. You always spit facts, you always spit the truth, and you say it exactly how these people should be talking to these niggas. Second of all, I have to say, I am the unfortunate seed of a dusty sergeant. They used to terrorize my family, terrorize my mother. He would starve her and beat the shit out of her while she was pregnant with me. And then, And then when we all were born, and I say we all because, you know, he's a nigga, so he spread his seed far and wide. He was forced to take care of us, you know, child support, all that shit. And every weekend he would remind us, I can't wait till you turn 18 so I can stop taking care of you. To sit there and talk shit about our parents to us, telling us half truths about them, you know, slut shaming his young daughters from the age of 5 all the way up. And of course, you and I both know what happened the day I grew some titties, DZ. You and I both know what happened. Yep. And you know the whole family covered that shit up because it's a black man. You got to protect the black man from going to jail because he already had the heart. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga.
They have support groups for these women that have been married to some of these motherfuckers. And if you look at the attendees, a lot of them were with niggas.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't got no power nowhere else. But when they bring their funky ass behind that apartment door or whatever fucking housing they stay in door, he is the king up in that bitch. He's going to just belittle every goddamn body. Make sure he got the big piece of chicken with hot sauce. Okay, make sure he got a cold brewski, and then if he want to, you need to take them clothes off, and that goes for everybody in the house, not just the wife. How about that part?
All right, talk about it. Talk about it. Turned his own son into a dusty, giving that boy free range to do whatever, say whatever, while he locked his daughters into the house. Because you know you got to keep him away from the competition because he wants to fuck. He can't allow other black men to come around.
That's
like
I'm talking about.
These, I'm telling you, these men are wicked, especially dusty black male military men. They're on fucking steroids, honey.
They are.
So y'all stay away. I love your channel, DZ. Keep spreading the good word. Thank you for everything. God bless you guys.
Thank you for coming up, Trey. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah. Have a good night, y'all.
You too. Let me take this down for a second so I can show y'all something just ain't right. You'll have to be old to know what that reference, y'all. Hold up. Pardon the silence. Okay. Y'all take a look. We in here talking, right, about some things that affect black women, and it has to do with Veterans Day. Y'all see the screen names? I just wanted y'all to see that. Love you back, Drea. These mammies are very, very, very mentally ill. Anytime that they can get in an area where they can just cut off a conversation having to do with how awful black men are, they don't care if they're talking about the death of children, right? Poverty, hunger, illness. If it has to do with a black man, I got to start trolling. Okay. I just want you to see this so you didn't know that you wouldn't think I was back here being hyperbolic and shit. Okay. The backstage be something else. So let me get that up off of there and go back to what
even with all of the stories they've heard up here tonight, that's all they can think to do backstage. It's like, get a fucking life. I mean, god damn, they never take a night off. They are literally here every Thursday and Friday to harass the fuck out of everybody.
It's true.
God.
Here we go, y'all. Let me go ahead and do the comic relief before we get to the very next one, because we have a vintage soldier we need to go over.
Soldiers are here, where they at, they want to speak to me, where they at. I know some soldiers are here, where they at, they want to speak to
Where they at? Where they
They
at?
wanna spend that on me.
Where they at?
I know some soldiers in here. Where they at? Won't mind putting that on me.
Oh shit. So, ladies, there's one more soldier I want to go over real quick. And a lot of y'all don't know about this particular soldier. There's a new movie out, having to deal with Emmett Till and all this extra shit here. Yeah, they SJWing it the fuck up. But this is not about Emmett, right? This is about Emmett Till's mother and the soldier she was married to. Let me go ahead and scroll down a little bit. That's Mamie Till, Emmett Till, but it ain't about them. It's about this motherfucker right here. This one right here happens to be Emmett Till's daddy. Okay? Emmett Till's daddy got with Mamie when they were underage. Mamie's mother said, no, this is not going to work for me. I don't want y'all together. Well, when old bitches say something, they're already jealous, right? They already hating and they already bitter. So what Mamie did was said, fuck that shit. Soon as she turned 18, she got with this nigga because he's a unicorn. He likes me. He came for me. He loves me and I love him. That's how this story goes every generation. The old bitch is bitter. The young bitch know everything. Then the old bitch is bitter. Then the young bitch know everything. It's just how it is. Sometimes they're sending down the smoke screen. Hey, I fucked up here. Yep, I'm old and I fucked up here. So I'm trying to tell you, don't do what I did. That's what a lot of these old women are on. I'll give it to you. There are some old mammies that are jealous and bitter. They are. They exist. Let me put that out there. Since y'all so discerning, because everybody's discerning, remember, everybody got a third eye and all kind of shit. You need to figure out whether the lady that's telling you, hey, don't do that, whether she's warning you or she's jealous of you. If you see a 50-year-old bitch that got on a tight ass baby fat shirt and eyelashes all over the place and a long ass lace front wig, she probably, you probably don't. But if you see somebody that's a 50-year-old bitch and she got her shit together, she got her money together, she own real estate, she ain't taking no shorts from nobody, right? If she yelling back down at you, hey, don't do that, baby sis. That ain't it. Do not do that shit because he's gonna fuck you over. Then you probably should listen. Well, Mamie, Emmett Till's mother, she didn't. And her and this jackass here got married when they turned 18. Well, as soon as the soldier got married to Mamie, they made the baby. And he immediately, because he's a unicorn, implemented that 2 pussy minimum policy. He was cheating on her all over the fucking place. And let's not forget that he was beating the shit out of Mamie. I'm talking about he was rocking her fucking world. So she split up with him. But before they split up, he came home drunk one day, trying to R-word her and beat her up. She had to take a scalding pot of boiling water and dump it on the soldier, scalding his motherfucking ass. It's over. They done. He's gone. They're done. Well, when he gets in the military and he's flown over to it because he was flown over to Italy, he thought his britches didn't stink. Okay? Emmett Till's father, britches didn't stink according to him. Well, he get over there and he start fucking over Italian women. Because I just came from America and I can do it to black women. Why not try this shit over here? Because I'm motherfucking Mr. Till. I'm Private Till. What the fuck you think this is? Well, a couple of those white women, Italian women, got hurt. Well, the real zaddy showed the fuck up and arrested this motherfucker. Right? Now he's in jail. He's in jail. The women didn't make it. They went on ahead and sentenced this nigga, Emmett Till's father, to death by hanging. Okay? This is what happened with this soldier. I know a lot of people don't know about this soldier, right? They don't know about this soldier. They redirected it all back down to Carolyn Bryant, Emmett Till, what happened down there in Mississippi, because every story they tell, they have to be the victim, right? But when you're talking about a family tree and you're talking about the things that happened with your ancestors, why do y'all skip over Mr. Till? Why do y'all skip over Mr. Till? He's a soldier. He don't deserve your attention. Oh, is it that you're trying to hide certain shit that happened in the black community? Is that what's going on? Boom, Aaliyah, it's on you.
Oh no, I was still stuck on the boiling water because Mamie left a lasting impression. She left she left a lasting impression. See, she put some on his ass to remember her by. See, she wanted to make sure. So yeah, she made a mistake, but yeah, when she put that boiling water to his ass, that kind of cleaned that slate with her. So yeah, but either way, the rest of this story, nothing about it. I can't really say I'm shocked. Nothing they do shocks me at this point. Nothing. This is vintage dust, ladies. So that lets you know they've been at this a long time. They're not rookies. So that's all I really got to say about this. It's
Anybody want a piece of that Till ass before I move the fuck on? Because I never hear anybody talking about him. Never. Why? You talk about everything else. You talk about all the atrocities that happened to you. No, there was never any bad people in the black community. Everybody was just 9-to-5 workers, sharecroppers, just trying to live and support their families. Is that the narrative you selling? Because your history look a little bit different. Quit pretending like this shit is new, because it's not. Okay?
I wanted to add about Mr. Till too, that he didn't just go into the military voluntarily. He was in court over some other domestic violence bullshit, and they said you either go to jail or go to fucking military, and that's the only reason why he went.
Absolutely, they don't. I mean, they're not worth any fucking thing. Nobody's gonna volunteer. He's a goddamn Dusty. I have to watch my mouth up here, and it's hard when you talk about shit like this, especially sexual assault and talking about the black community and having to pretend like they don't do shit wrong. Get your ass away from that fucking community. Okay.
Well, like the ladies in the chat are saying it best, like father, like son. I know. I mean, dang. I mean, Mr. Till got the rope treatment. I don't know if we can say that. And then, his son got the rope treatment over the same type of bullshit.
Listen, it is what it is. Kimmy J, are you Dusty?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you Dusty?
No, ma'am, I'm not Dusty. It's so great to be here, Deezy. I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
It's okay. Don't be nervous. We good. What you got, Kimmy?
Oh my goodness. It just, when you brought up Emmett Till, I was just like, oh, thank God somebody finally talked about it. Unfortunately, I still, live with my parents. I have to, like hide in the closet, but I'm just like, I remember telling my family, it's just like, it's not even that his father was a dusty grape. His uncle is the reason why that shit happened. Sorry, that crap happened in the first place.
Let me ask y'all a question. They have that new movie out about Emmett Till. Did they address this in the movie? Because I ain't watched it. You already know I haven't watched it. Trying to wait and see in the comments. Do y'all know up here on the panel? Did they discuss his father in this new movie?
I seriously doubt it, because I think the movie picks up after his death. Like it's about more so about her than it is about anything else, with her starting the civil rights movement, which they still have yet to credit her for that. But I think it's about her fight and how that launched the civil rights movement. So it's more so about her. I don't think it has anything to do with her life before that. As far as the death, I think it was more so about that part of her life.
Okay. And so, in other words, they skipped over that shit, right? Because usually when they do biopics and shit like that, they want to tell you where the bastard came from. And he was a sharecropper in Mississippi, and he was born to Jefferson and Gladys. And they tell all that shit. So they didn't have to tell this part of the fucking story. They did it after his death. That's plausible.
It is becoming.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the holidays are coming up, so we have to Wakanda it up and SJW it up for the holidays.
That shit gets on my nerves.
I can't take it. I just can't stand that crap.
DZ, Oh, we're getting ready to move on. I was just gonna say with the military piece, you brought it up in your in the Till story with the fact that a lot of people, a lot of men who join the military sometimes do it to avoid jail time. The military is a very, very interesting place. I'm glad you did the story. A lot of things that go on there, I've heard it described as being abusive. A lot of people are power hungry. It has rampant misogyny. And you combine it with individuals who, and I hate males, black males we're talking about, but who are avoiding jail time. So you have that criminal element in there, in addition to the fact that these men are being trained to kill. So they're knowledgeable about weapons, how to like do certain things to your body to make it, to I guess overtake you. You combine that and put it in one area, and it's just a recipe for disaster. The military. I'm glad we have a military. Thank you for your service. But when you have people who are of a just wrong mindset and you give them authority and power, and a paycheck and downtime and good health insurance, it's a recipe for disaster. And I really, the woman who spoke about the women in the military, I've read some studies on things, and I wish we could have a show about just that, where you get into what these women experience. Like, they've just started like really taking it seriously within the last, I'd say, 5 years. Just documenting the SA and the R word and just countless things that go on. So yeah, that
I really honestly, I show receipts every goddamn time we come up here, every time. And it makes no fucking difference when these mammies are in there. They steadfast. They have been trying to get the black community together since day one. What was the name of those bones that they found in Africa? What was her name?
Lucy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mammies have been around as long as Lucy. That part. Lucy was probably a fucking mammy. You can show receipts till the cows come home. You can vomit receipts all over the place. And they're gonna be standing there with one index finger up talking about no. But the women that do get it, I feel you on that. The women that get it and like fuck this shit, listen, I'm here for it. Right?
Yeah.
So I've heard a lot of military families where the women were, they were fucked over. They were fucked over. Hell, look at how many ex-military black men have been on the FBI's most wanted list in the past 5 years alone. Look at that. Okay, y'all, I don't remember the dude's last name, but his name was Malcolm, the first name of it. Some shit. He was shooting up a protest in Dallas, shooting at the cops. Then you had that one dude that looked like fat ass LL Cool J that was shooting at cops. Look, something's wrong with those niggas. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Speaking of uniformed people, let's go.
Breaking right now, a former Philadelphia sheriff's deputy is accused of selling 2 guns that investigators say had been used in the deadly shooting outside of Roxborough High School. Eyewitness News reporter Matt Pacillo is live outside the federal courthouse in Center City with what he's learned about the charges the deputy now faces. Matt.
Siafa, that deputy is now charged in connection to illegally selling guns on the street after an FBI investigation. Former Philadelphia.
Stop right there. Entities, companies, industries, or whatever are shamed when they don't want motherfuckers like this in their building. How the fuck is this motherfucker somebody that you thought that should have been a sheriff deputy? What, I mean, let's be prejudiced a little bit. He looks like the motherfuckers that's taking black women out. He's being charged to go ahead and make sure the kids are okay. Whose bright fucking idea was it to give this nigga that responsibility? I'm just looking at him, and that's really all I have to do is look at him. Let's go.
Sheriff's deputy Samir Ahmad was captured on camera during an undercover sting operation by the FBI earlier this month. Court documents obtained by Eyewitness News show still images from the operation of Ahmad allegedly accepting a thick wad of cash after he allegedly sold 2 semi-automatic pistols and ammunition to an undercover agent for about $3,000. After the sale, federal authorities traced the 2 guns and found they were used in the deadly Roxborough High School shooting.
Now, y'all remember, black people like to say, well, we don't have no gun factories. All the shootings in the neighborhood, where do you think they get them guns from? Trying to blame it on the white man once again. But this right here is how they get the guns in the community. Ain't nobody from a gun factory making guns and taking them guns to black folk. No, that's not what's actually happening. The unicorns, though, that's a whole nother story, right? Same thing with crack. Huh? Didn't nobody come drop shit off. You went looking for it, trying to make a deal because you never gave a fuck about the black community. Forget black women, because we know you can give a fuck about them. But you never gave a fuck about those kids that look like you, the male children that you claim don't get no goddamn attention. You wonder how the shit get in the community? This is how it gets there. I propose to you to get the fuck out of that community and don't give a fuck how shit got there. Let the chips fall where they may.
Shooting that killed a 14-year-old boy and injured 4 others. Days after the gun sale with the undercover agent, Ahmad was terminated from the sheriff's office and arrested. That office sent Eyewitness News a statement that reads in part, former Deputy Sheriff Samir Ahmad was hired in February 2018 under a previous administration. On October 19, 2022, he was served with a 30-day notice of intent to dismiss for repeated violations. Court documents also show Ahmad sold guns to FBI agents on 2 other occasions. He was also captured selling meth. Chip Gallagher is the criminal justice chair of LaSalle University and says this puts a big spotlight on those sworn to protect and serve.
We should hold police officers to a higher standard of conduct, and here we have someone, a complete breach and violation of the public trust.
And Ahmad waived a hearing today. He remains behind bars. He faces up to 15 years in prison if convicted. Reporting.
Keep his ass for all 15. Y'all remember it when those of you that used to be pro-black, y'all remember hearing those stories about how the crime happens in the community. You have been lied to since day one. Throw away your yoni eggs, throw away that cheap ass shea butter and them head wraps and get the fuck up out of Blackistan. It didn't get there because some creepy ass white people came crawling on their knees and dropped a couple of boxes of guns in the hood. That did not happen. These motherfuckers went outside of the hood looking for it, right? But they want to sit up and talk about what the unicorn. I don't have time for unicorn talk. I don't have time for not all talk, okay? Everything it's being revealed left, right, and center that everything that you've been taught concerning your so-called community is trash. The girls are catching hell in there. The women are catching hell in there. Everybody's turning into single fucking mothers in and outside of the black community fucking with these niggas. Right? You getting your ass whooped. Okay? You can't even take your kids to the park because 2 niggas might have a disagreement and you get caught in a crossfire, you and your children, or just you, for those of you that don't have children. I'm sick of the lies that comes along with the black community. I really am. Okay? And every time I hear one of them lies, I'm going to embarrass you because that's not how this shit happens. Now, why this deputy sheriff or whatever the fuck you want to call him didn't make national news, I don't know. He did the shit right in a major city in America, in Philadelphia. But whenever somebody else does some shit that don't happen to look like him, they on world news and all over the place. Hold up. I thought the major media companies had it out for you. It occurs to me that they have been protecting black men. They try not to run so many stories on them because they don't want you to be overwhelmed and become a prejudiced person, even if you are black. It is what it is. They stay protecting these niggas. The shit is full. It's a lie.
Well, you can try to take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. And he was navigating, just walking around selling shit, had his own enterprise going. I mean, what the fuck did he think this was? Training day and he was Denzel Washington or something? That's how delusional a lot of them are. They've been watching too much TV. And he thought that he was just gonna have the type of position that he got which he wasn't even supposed to have it actually, and then walk around looking like a dreadheaded thug and do thug shit, gangster shit, and you got the badge. Really?
What happened to the days where they was making these niggas cut their hair? A uniform, right? You're supposed to be uniformed officers. They stopped making them shave their heads up under football helmets and all kind of shit because they're trying to accommodate these stupid motherfuckers. And it ain't even about that. Motherfuckers that don't do shit for their community shouldn't have the option to wear their hair how the fuck they want to. They got bigger problems than that.
I mean, then he walking around in hoodies and shit, taking pictures with all his cash like a common street thug. And he was supposed to be the sheriff, right? Or did I
Mm-hmm.
mishear that? Was
No,
he a deputy?
he was a deputy sheriff.
Uh, See, I would be, if I were the citizens of Philadelphia, if that was the best they could choose to appoint to that position, I would be scared for my life right now. This is who y'all gave a job to?
But hey, Aaliyah, the more cicadas that have jobs, the less likely they are to unalive black women. All they need is jobs.
Okay. But the last thing you want to do is give them badges, and this is proof of that. See, even when you do give them jobs, even when you do give them rank, even when you do give them badges and put them in charge, they still don't do the right thing. And for the pro-black women, this is who y'all want policing your neighborhoods. Because remember, we're back on the community policing thing, right? That was an option that they wanted these men to protect their neighborhoods, and he was actually putting more guns out on the streets. So is this who you want to protect your communities, ladies?
They quiet. They quiet with that shit, girl, because I remember them days. Do y'all remember in the chat old YouTube around 2009 where everybody was RBG and trying to expose the dominant society about the things that they've done to black folk? Well, you're finding out. Listen, it's eerily quiet around this motherfucker these days when it comes to shit like that. Okay, so they dropping that a little bit, right? And coming back to, well, black women are not feminine. I don't want to hear that fucking shit. I really don't. The fuck is wrong with that? Go ahead.
I wanted to bring it back to something you had said because I didn't think of it this way, but you're right. Like in this news clip, it said that he was also selling meth. And you mentioned about what happened in the 80s with crack. I'm sure that it was unicorns who first introduced crack into black neighborhoods.
Absolutely. There wasn't no CIA cooking up no shit and bringing it to no black community. Black men went and got that and brought it to your mothers and them. Those people that are boomers now, that now have pacemakers and shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Your auntie Jeanette got a pacemaker because she used to, get on it a little bit. Y'all, all of it's being revealed. And what makes it sad is a whole bunch of black people are still going to pretend like this shit ain't happening. Let me put this banner back up here. Light skinned girl, are you dusty? Light skinned girl, are you dusty? Yeah, that's what the fuck I thought. Diana Prince, how are you today?
Hi, DZ. I'm great.
Wonderful. What you got?
I was going to say about the young lady who got assaulted on the train in New York. A federal judge just ruled that parts of the gun laws for New York is unconstitutional. So people need to pay attention and find out what parts exactly are unconstitutional. Because you probably can still get a weapon, but you have to read and see what the law says. Because their crime is horrible there.
Classes or whatever, like 45-minute to an hour and a half classes where you can get a quick teach on what's legal in your state. Some places charge for it, some people don't, but you can easily look it up on a YouTube video. Hell, you stay looking up these niggas, right?
This is true.
You do some DIY.
Take care of business.
Learn how to purify water. Learn about listen, I could go on and on all fucking day about that shit. But people like to make excuses. They love to make excuses or be contradictory just for the sake of being contradictory. I'm just gonna keep that part real.
Because they're comfortable in their delusion. Because everybody's not lying about black males, but everybody want to pretend like everybody that's non-white is the problem. Yeah. That's an old tune, and I'm sick of hearing it.
Everybody ain't safe around here. This is the one I was telling y'all about before. Let's go.
She repeatedly rejected a co-worker's advances, and police say it cost Nicole Hammond her life.
Stop. How many times have we heard this? I got to look in the chat real quick. Let me take it back and let me go to my other tab and look in the chat real quick. Because guess what, ladies? We're seeing a lot of your men out here not handling rejection well. Remember, they told you they're the most desired people. Okay? And people that look like the person on your screen right now, they're finding out slowly but surely. But here's the thing, that's on them. Because speaking of old YouTube, I remember when them motherfuckers was having a field day when they found out that black men didn't like you. They went on ahead and said, you don't know how to treat a man. You don't know how to be a wife. So let them deal with their own issues. I'm just going to keep it real with you. That is not your problem, but it's worth observing. Sit down and have you a glass of wine, right? And observe what the fuck they got going on. Because now we're seeing a lot of TikToks and shit from them asking you for help on how to deal with these niggas. At first, they was telling you that you wasn't worth a fuck. Okay? But since black women are known to be helpful, they're known to not put themselves first, they coming to you for help. How to do their kids' hair, how to get this nigga out their house. Why is he bummy? Why does he always play video games? Why is he so angry? Why is he so violent? They're looking for you to answer the questions, and make no mistake about it, you don't have to answer those questions because they knew every fucking thing before. They knew that you wasn't shit and that they sat on the edge of beds with black men co-signing. They used to co-sign this shit. Anybody that's been on YouTube for a long time, since its inception, remember those videos where those bitches were sitting on the edge of their fucking seat trying to tell you you weren't worth a fuck.
Oh, yes, I remember those. Yeah, so yeah, like you said,
remember it well.
I'm observing, but no, I don't have any answers for you. They were saying that they were so much better than black women, and they were running their mouths right along with the cicadas about black women. So I got nothing to say.
Personally, my favorite was them constantly talking about our attitudes and we don't know how to treat our men. And then what about the ones that were bragging on their real hair because we're supposedly all bald headed, we don't have any edges, and they like those men like real hair and all this other shit. So since we don't know how to treat these men and you are the better woman, clearly, why are you coming back and asking the women that didn't know how to treat these men how to deal with them now? I'm confused.
Listen, that's not y'all issue. Don't find yourself becoming a mammy to that group. Please don't do it. Don't do it. It's not your job to fluff the pillows of other motherfuckers because you was out here on your own being ganged up on, right? And I just knew that it would increase black women leaving the community, but it didn't. I was very surprised by that. Instead, black women went to competing and making videos towards those women. Girl, you don't recognize a puppeteer when you see it, okay? Leave all that shit alone. Let him be a passport bro and let her be a shit log hoe. Listen, it is what it is. It ain't got shit to do with you. I'll never forget it. I don't have anything against these women, but what I'm not going to do is help them. Because when you thought shit was sweet, you went on ahead and turned around and pulled your pants down and said, kiss your ass. Well, the story hasn't changed. And now you're finding out that black women were not the problem. You in the house with your 3 biracial children, not knowing what the fuck to do. And somebody called me up here.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, look, it's not your issue. Don't find yourself. You're not going to ingrate for the real stupid ones. You're not going to ingrate yourself to black men by helping them with the non-black women. Do I need to say that again? Knock it off. Nothing that you did, not going natural, not taking femininity courses, not frying the big piece of chicken and not fucking like a porn star. None of that helped you. And this right here ain't going to help you either. I just find it funny that the most desired motherfucker is killing everybody when they don't want to fuck with them. We back at the top.
She repeatedly rejected a coworker's advances, and police say it cost Nicole Hammond her life. She was shot and killed in the parking lot outside the warehouse where she worked.
Police in St. Cloud say angry text messages sent by a coworker just hours before her death led officers to the man now charged with killing her. Courtney Godfrey has the story.
It was just as employees were arriving to work at this St. Cloud business Monday morning that the unthinkable happened. 28-year-old Nicole Hammond allegedly killed by a coworker in the parking lot. Police alleging the suspect, Michael Carpenter, may have been upset after Hammond rejected his workplace advances. A criminal complaint saying the two exchanged text messages the night before the murder in which she told him she didn't want him to touch or manipulate her and asked that he not make things uncomfortable at work.
Unfortunately, we had no idea.
Their boss saying, sadly, Hammond never reported the possible harassment to supervisors.
That sentence alone lets you know that black males are a protected class. She didn't even feel comfortable reporting his black ass to the supervisor. Okay? So when y'all want to start listen, they're a protected class. It is what it is. Let's go.
We are very attuned to our staff's needs, concerns, and anytime that there is anything that requires our intervention, we step in. But in this case, we had no indication that there was anything awry.
And while inside, her friends and colleagues have been meeting with grief counselors, outside, they continue to remember her as a bright light.
Nicole always had a smile on her face, and anybody that had any association with Nicole, they couldn't help but like her.
As they all wonder how, if at all, this could have been prevented.
So remember, y'all, when you were taught by some of these goddamn femininity coaches that you need to hold your face a certain way, it didn't help her. That man said she smiled all the time, was very, very nice to people, was a joy to be around. You're not going to be able to learn how to stay safe out here in a femininity course. You're not going to learn how to make sure that you make it home safely based on a facial expression. It's more locale. It's more stay away from them as best you can. You got women telling motherfuckers that it's impossible to not deal with black men. Well, that's a loaded statement, okay? Maybe we should add on voluntarily. Do not voluntarily deal with them. Nothing, your attitude is not going to change it. These motherfucking niggas is putting everybody down. Nice bitches, mean bitches, fat bitches, light skin and dark skin bitches, rich ones and poor ones. Okay, y'all remember homegirl that was an heiress? She got motherfucking killed. Then you remember old girl that was homeless with her 2 kids. She got killed. So what is there to learn except for stay away from niggas? Because that's what they all have in common. That's what they all have in common. Let me put my banner back up here, because we gotta protect you from dicks. Mixed preference. Are you dusty?
Yep.
No, but your 4C hair is
Yep.
Oh my God. Listen, mixed preference. That was whack, boo. That was whack.
And it's the same goofy bitch. It's always the same bitch.
Maybe she's mentally impaired.
I don't know, but let me go back.
No, she might be slow, DZ.
It could
I
be.
can believe that. She sounds challenged. She really does.
I can't. AC, your camera's on, so I wasn't able to bring you up. You got to cut your camera off, boo, because you already here. We got a whole bunch of mentally motherfucking challenged people out here that don't want you talking about black males. Okay? All right, you cut it off. Let me go ahead and put the banner back up and bring you up here. AC, are you dusty?
Oh my God, I'd be 6 feet under before I'm dusty, and then I'd be 6 feet dead.
Oh my God, how are you?
I'm okay. And it's just, I don't know, it's divine intervention, because the last story, the girl's name is Nicole. My name is Nicole. And I was calling up to ask you what what the best course of action is when these nakers are trying to holler at you or trying to get your attention or accosting you. And I experienced that ignoring them makes it worse, because then they want to make it their duty to come up to you and let you know they are there. And so lately I've just been giving them the biggest smile, and all the while trying to figure out how to get away as quickly as possible. So I'm just wondering what the best course of action would be when
It's going to
they're trying
be
to get
very,
your.
very different for each situation. It's going to be very
Mm.
different depending on location, depending on witnesses, depending on his
Mm.
history. So you kind of have to test the waters a little bit to see what actually works for that situation. The best thing you can do just
Yeah.
off top is try to avoid them and avoid eye contact.
Yeah.
That's off rip. It doesn't matter the
Mm.
situation. Try to avoid eye contact. Keep that nigga in your
Mm.
periphery, right? And don't
Mm.
find yourself having small talk with them for any fucking reason. If you have to pretend like you're sick, anything that works to get
Mm.
them out of your fucking face. I don't give a damn if you got to tell
Yeah.
them you have 8 kids. Niggas hate kids. Tell them
Makes
you got a
sense.
whole
Oh
bunch of
yes, that's a good one.
okay. All right. Pretend like you got
Thank you.
herpes. Do whatever you got to do. Yeah, we can get
Yeah,
it in, nigga,
those
if
are
you
good
want to
ones.
catch herpes. That part.
All right, thank you so much. That's what I wanted, because I've been dealing with this a lot lately and never know how to approach it. And I'm just afraid that if you ignore them, like this lady that laughed in the soldier's face, she got deleted. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So I'm just, and when I start thinking what to do, you come up in my head and I'm like, what would DC do?
Your husband is
But
a
yes.
cop, okay? Whether you're married or not, your husband is a cop.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'll use the kids one. I have 5 kids. How are we going to proceed?
And I'm looking for a father for them. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I
Love
don't-
your show. Love the panel. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't know about that, DZ, because if you tell them you have herpes, they'll be like, "That's okay, I got herpes too."
Then you
tell
gotta
them
you
you have
gotta try
kids.
something else. You gotta try something else. You gotta try whatever it takes to get his ass out your face. He got a kink in his armor somewhere, babe. It's somewhere there. You just got to find it. If he being persistent, you don't have a choice.
I'm sorry. I just keep as much distance between us as possible. Even I don't even let them get close enough to say anything to me. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't want
took
them
Kyra's
talking to me.
advice.
Happy Veterans Day, K Sloan, by the way. Thank you for being here, and we appreciate your service. And I'm sorry that happened to you. Go ahead,
I
lady.
took Kyra's advice. She told me, and I think she's probably said it before, treat them like wild bears. You wouldn't come up to a wild bear and chit-chatting with it, would you? You keep them out of your purview as much as possible. And if they do approach you, you do the cautious thing. Otherwise, avoid them at all costs.
I do, and it's a job. Aaliyah and Kyra both know there's a lot of black men in Georgia. Okay, and you get a little, you turn into a professional at avoiding black males when you live in Georgia. Okay.
Yeah, you just gotta keep as much space between them and you as possible. Because I'm always concerned about one of them lunging or trying to jump at me or come after me. I need that space. I need time to react. So to avoid them just trying to rush me, I don't even bother getting that close to them. Some people let them get too damn close and start talking. And it's
True.
like, no, don't even come that close on me, bruh. I need you to stand your ass way somewhere back there. Because I tell them, look, don't come up on me. I've had to tell them several times, do not come over here. Because what you don't want to do is for me to get paranoid. Because when I get paranoid, I get real fucking trigger happy. So keep your ass over there. Say what you got to say where you standing there.
To add to what Aaliyah's saying, you do need to try to make yourself aware of your surroundings. Now, do not look a cicada in its eyes, because, if you look in their eyes, they think it's an invitation to come over. But keep them in your peripheral vision. Know who and what's around you and about how far they are. You have to do awareness. I'm sorry, but whenever you're in an area and a black male is there, you need to know where he is at all times.
This child
Yes.
said,
And
this child, I can't. She fixing to have me screaming. She fixing to have me screaming. That motherfucking girl said, start farting. I can't.
And I'll tell you another thing we need to start doing when you're pumping your gas, because I had to start doing it, making sure I take my keys out of my ignition and close and lock my door, and make sure you're paying attention to what's on the other side of that pump, because I'm trying to make sure I pay attention to everything, because the carjackings are so bad now, and I'm telling you, these things will walk up on you so quick and you won't even know where in the hell they came from. And it's little stuff like that. Because I told DZ, I said, I have to remember, because I was really bad about just jumping out of my car because I'm using my car at the pump. So I would leave my car door open on the driver's side because I'm just jumping right back in. And so that was a habit that I had, and I just like, look, I gotta break this. So now I just get out, close my car door, lock it, and the whole time I'm paying attention to what's on the other side of the pump too, because I don't need no surprises. Because they will walk around the no, see, that's what I'm saying. I just don't. It's to the point to where I don't trust them. Any of them. Don't walk up on me. Don't talk to me. Don't even speak to me. If I don't know you, even if I do know you, if you're a black man, keep your ass over there. Talk over there. You ain't got to come all the way over here to say what you got to say. Talk over there.
Also, when you are in that car, keep it locked.
Yeah,
Don't
when you get
let
out of your car to pump gas, the all four of the doors need to be locked. Get your keys up out of there.
Yes.
What they had been doing in Atlanta was when women was pumping their gas, women normally leave their purse in the passenger side. That's just what they do. Well, while she's pumping gas, he comes in and crawl on the floor like a fucking animal he is, grab the purse and get the fuck on. And these women didn't know where their purses were gone until people start reviewing security cameras. So they some slick bastards, I swear to God. It was something else I wanted to show y'all real quick. Damn, I don't think I loaded it up. Oh, this is the one with one of the stories we just covered. R.I.P. to her, and may her family catch some healing, y'all.
A Fort Bragg soldier is behind bars tonight, charged with killing a Georgia woman and their unborn child.
This is the suspect, Alonzo Dargan Jr. We've been following breaking developments all day, and tonight Dargan is in custody in Cumberland County. CBS 17's Lillian Donahue has more details about what happened.
Right now, Dargan is inside the Cumberland County Detention Center behind me, but he won't be here for long. He's awaiting extradition back out to Georgia. That's where authorities believe he shot and killed his pregnant girlfriend.
This is Akila Ware. She was 33 weeks pregnant with her 6th child when police found her shot multiple times in her crashed car in Troup County, Georgia.
You know, I went to the scene and could not believe that somebody had shot and killed a young mother of 5 children. And on top of that, killed her, and she had a baby inside of her that resulted in the death of that baby.
They literally, when you repeat back what these niggas are doing, it sounds, if you say it out of your mouth, it sounds like you're just being evil. That was his baby, ladies. That was his baby, mother of 5. Why are we still doing this?
Fort Bragg soldier Alonzo Dargan Jr., who is married to someone else with children, is...
Oh, shit. He's married to somebody else? Y'all, I didn't know that part. I didn't see that part. Wait a minute. Let me check these comments. Man, look at here. I didn't know he was married to somebody else, so she's a side. Where is the goddamn self-esteem, y'all? So you the side, bitch? I thought they were a couple. He's married to somebody else. I knew he wasn't married to her, but I didn't know he was married to somebody else. God damn, the story just keeps getting worse and worse. Where's the self-esteem at, y'all? This is what we've been reduced to. Y'all willing to share like this and doing it raw and giving them babies, and what? Is there any help for you? Are we wasting time right here? What are we doing? Jesus Christ.
Is now charged for the murder of Ware and their unborn son. Fort Bragg authorities took him into custody and then turned him over to the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office on Thursday. Cumberland County records show no prior felonies or major run-ins with the police. Investigators.
There's that again. No prior felonies and no runs in with the police. So you can't vet them. I wonder if she knew he was married. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling, because these some slick bastards when it comes to doing fuckery. But when it's time to build something, they don't know how to do it. Right? Let's go.
In Georgia say they tracked Dargan down by his silver Nissan connected with the scene. They say he and Ware grew up together and went to school together.
There it is. There it is. Y'all. Y'all that think that the dude y'all went to high school with is part of not all. There y'all go. Any takers on that? Because boy, I catch hell sometime in these one-on-ones talking to women. One-on-one scheduled the fuck up and it's going well. Then we start talking about black men she knows, quote unquote, and that's when the conversation goes left. I hate to break it to you, but every murderer, somebody went to school with them before. Do I need to say that again? You going to school with him is what? What is that supposed to mean? Everybody went to school with the murderer.
These women always think that their personal ties to them mean something. Because that car that Deborah Brooks was driving when he drove into that parade, that was his mom's car. And she was trying to help him by saying that it was some sort of factory recall or something that happened with that car that may have been responsible for why he couldn't stop it and all of that. But there was no proof of that. They weren't able to prove that in court. But I was just amazed that not only was that your car he used to mow those people down with, but then you actually tried to help him come up with a lie to get away with it. And his mom did that.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But this is what these mammy bitches do. And people get mad at us when we say we don't want no parts of that bullshit. Because they've been doing that bullshit to help them get away with it. This is not new. They've always done shit like that. And they can't stand us because we bring that shit to the light. No, I don't want no part of that bullshit. Because y'all been helping y'all sons get away with fucked up shit. And you know that's fucked up.
She bailed him out too. She bailed him out. Remember? He's supposed to be in jail.
Yeah.
She bailed him out. He wouldn't even ran into all them people had he been in jail and not on bail. Out on bail. His mama bailed him out, remember?
Yeah. I remember she said that.
Mm-hmm. With her raggedy self. Oh my God.
This is nuts. If you think about it, everybody that's ever been born has a fucking mother. So what the fuck does that have to do with how you know him? What does it have to do with it? It's an example up here that I want to use, but you two don't like that example. Every dictator and every evil motherfucker in history had somebody that loved them at one point. They had somebody. So you growing up with him means what exactly? The fuck is that supposed to mean? You goddamn. I'll just say bottom of the barrel. Go ahead.
I wanted to say, to add to this conversation, every single cicada you have featured on your channel was at some point a little 10-pound baby.
Mm-hmm.
So stop acting like they just kids. And another thing is, when we've said that mammies don't really love their kids, and then we got a lot of pushback. You remember when that happened a few months ago?
Yeah, we get pushback on all that shit. Yeah, I remember.
Well, think about it. Look at this story you just showed us. So this woman was pregnant with her 6th child. Were the other 5 children that she was already a mother to, were they his?
No.
So she chose this dick over being a mother to her kids. And now 5 children are orphans. Because the baby daddies are probably twisting the wind.
I thought one of the kids ended up dying in this car. I'm hoping that they say something about it here. I think one of her sons didn't make it. He was like 2 years old or whatever. But it's something about when a black man shows up that black women that are normally smart, degreed, some not degreed, but are smart, have made some decent moves in their life. It's something about when he shows up that all bets are off. They go all the way stupid. They go straight to sleep. It's a black man and we got to help him. Ass bitches. me see if they let me see if they address this in here.
Awful, and it was just overwhelming.
Ware's grieving mother described her as a beautiful person inside and out.
She was always, making you laugh at something silly. Whenever you pick up the phone, she's going to say something silly.
A Fort Bragg spokesperson tells me today that they can't comment on the active investigation being led by Georgia authorities. However, they are cooperating. Reporting in Fayetteville, Lillian Donahue, CBS 17 News.
I think I saw a report where her son got hit too. I'm not sure if he survived or whatever, but yeah, this is your soldiers. This is your soldiers. And y'all, I want to bring up another point too. I got a couple of things I'm going to either show y'all in Discord or I'm going to show y'all some goddamn where even the video game companies, they're showing how disgusting Black men actually are. Okay. There's a video game that's coming out, and I'm going to show y'all the clip when we get behind the wall or whatever, because I don't know if it's copyrighted or whatever. But it was a white woman in the video game. She was a video game character, and she had two twins by this Black man. And in the video, he was drinking like some liquor, a 40 ounce or whatever, and he jumped up and he went over by where the babies were and had picked up the bottle and was getting ready to crash the babies' heads with the bottle. This is a video game, y'all. This is a video game that's being advertised on Facebook. So people know what these niggas is about, but you have to be careful when and how you say the shit. Everybody fucking knows. They know. Shit, if I could get, let me see. If I get Aaliyah to take the mic, I might be able to upload the shit and show y'all here. Grab the mic, Aaliyah. I think I want to upload that here.
I thought, what are you uploading now?
I'm uploading a clip of the video game that shows what Black men are about. And I was telling them that motherfuckers know what Black men be on. They just can't say it no damn where.
Aaliyah, since, you, me, and DZ live in Atlanta, are we going to be meeting up after this to go see the premiere of Wakanda Forever tonight, or no?
No, I think I'm gonna have to skip that one. But last I heard, according to T.I., hell, Atlanta was Wakanda. So shit, we're already in the middle of Wakanda.
Black people think that Atlanta is everything. They've been thinking that shit for years. They don't want to talk about Freaknik and Atlanta child murders and all the shit that's real in Atlanta. You don't want to talk about that shit.
Yeah, but let everybody tell it. I've even heard on some other channels that, people talk about how great Atlanta is. I say, well, shit, if all I had to do was sleep all day and party all night and shop all day and go to bars and clubs and just, if that was all I did with my life, I'm pretty sure it would be fun for me too. But I mean, for the real people who live in the real world, who actually have jobs, who get up every day and go to work and go home and they do shit that regular people do. I mean, they see how fucked up it is, especially when you got whole crews of gangs going around carjacking people and just doing all kind of mayhem and chaos and all of this other shit. So I just love it when people try to come right behind us and pretend like everything we're saying is all lies, it's all made up. So I guess the crime is not what it is. So yeah, I mean, I'm always flabbergasted by that personally.
We had somebody come up here that was a victim of a crime, and nobody's going to address that. But people want to say, we're mean and all this shit here. This is a serious situation, ladies. It's not. We laugh and joke and we play up here a lot because, we're already divested. We don't have the issues that a lot of women have. So we do our thing up here. But on some real shit, it's not a game. It's not a game. And when we kind of snap at motherfuckers sometimes when they saying some shit that's not supposed to be said around this bitch, like, I'm not even going to provide an example for it, when they say shit like, well, I don't think moving out of the area is going to be an issue and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes they're going to get their issue because it's not because nobody's trying to be mean. It's because you're giving bad advice. And that's what my issue is with a lot of different spaces where they telling you could still fuck around with Black men. There's nothing wrong with fucking with them. Not all. Giving the multi-letter mafia men the floor and that type of shit when they're just as misogynistic and what the fuck ever as these other Black men are. So what the fuck?
Lizzie, I mean, the thing is, I am no longer trying to convince these hoes that I am not mean. If they want us to be mean, then fine, we'll be mean. But is what we saying not true? That's the question. Nobody can say that we lied about one thing that we said, whether you like the delivery or not, or whether or not you like the way we said it, or whether or not you think we're mean about it or not. You cannot say anything we said has been false. So that's what kills me. So at this point, I don't give a fuck what any of them think. Who cares?
Happy Veterans Day, Miss Simmons. It's been a while since I've seen you. I appreciate you and your super chat, and thank you for your service in the Navy. I appreciate you. I truly do. Y'all, I found a goddamn advertisement. Here it is. It doesn't have any sound, but I want you to take a look at that. This is the new video game that some creator just made. Soon as it stops, I'm gonna play it again, but it doesn't have any sound. And I just thought somebody shared this with me, and I thought this was very interesting, that with the new metaverse and all the things that people are trying to make these shit seem like real life, how close to real life it got. I guess it's called Family Town. Let me play that one more time. Okay, the babies are there. He aggravated, got liquor, and he fixing to punch the motherfucking babies. This shit is a stone trip to me. Everybody is literally admitting what goes on with these niggas, but you can't admit it. You the one sitting up here looking like a fucking fool. Okay? And I looked in the comments up under that video where they were advertising this video game, right? And you had mammies down there, what? Defending black men. Well, what about when white men do this shit? Well, what about, it's like, girl, it happens in your community. Worry about your community. You said you wasn't leaving that fucking community. So deal with the community that's on the table, right? Art is imitating life at this point. I thought that was crazy as hell because they are protected class. So whoever did this video game, they got a lot of balls. A lot of balls. I'm just waiting for the marches and the boycotts and all this shit. That shit was crazy to me, y'all. That was crazy. But stuff needs to go in that direction so people can know what the real is. A lot of people outside of the black community think black people just want to go to work, go home, raise their kids, have a job, and be like normal motherfuckers. Well, if that was the case, why is it that, number one, our history is a little bit different than everybody else's history around this bitch? Why is it that you was the only one that didn't get reparations? Your fucking situation is different. You're a burden on society. Yes, it's called Family Town. She's talking about Wakanda Town. Yeah, I was astounded when I saw that shit. I'm like, good job, y'all. Put that shit out there. Because I'll guarantee you, if you did a Google search, you'd find a situation that was just identical to that shit.
I mean, I'm surprised the complaining and the crying about how racist it is hasn't started yet. Because they can't. Oh, because that's all they do is cry. Anything that depicts anything and is true, actually true to what it is, or to show you the real reality is racist. So they kill me with that. They really used and abused that word now, and so nobody cares. That's the reason why they can make a whole video game with it in it. And yeah, look at him. Not only is he being abusive, but he's getting arrested. So yeah, that's accurate.
I swear to God, y'all, listen to what I'm saying. In the comment section, when y'all go to Facebook and look at the shit, there's a bitch down there. Now, this is Mamian 101. Instead of addressing the topic, that girl said, that white bitch lied. Them babies don't look like him.
I think a lot of us, it has to be some type of mental illness at this point. I just don't know. That's why I say, I don't know if medicine is the answer. Straight jackets. I just don't know. I think some of us are just so far gone, we can't be helped at this point. There is no help.
Man, listen. Next quick, that's a download that I have. I don't have the page that it was on. Just look up Family Town. You'll find it. You'll find niggas down there complaining that somebody ain't showing them right. Well, bastard, if you want to show something better, then why don't you go to STEM? Oh, I forgot. college don't mean nothing. Oh, I forgot. You know, everybody else have to do grown-up stuff, but you just get to sit there and critique it and, you know, say whether you like it or not. Don't nobody give a fuck what you like, nigga. Don't nobody give a fuck what you like in bitch. Y'all know how I call it in Discord. Shit.
Well, we actually have women going around here now talking about college don't mean shit, sounding just like them niggas. But that's a different topic for a different day. But you know, you got women going around here telling people, shaming women for having degrees and going to college and throwing their student loan debts up in their face and shit like that. You got women doing that shit. So yeah. But we'll talk about that some other time though.
Listen, ladies, get your degree. If you want to go into certain fields, you have to have a degree. You have to. It's some, you know, areas that you can't just, everybody that's important during the emergency time that you go see, i.e. your doctor, your accountant, right? These people have degrees. So it just depends on what you want to do with your life, whether you know, go to school or not. You know, that important people in my life have degrees. They just do. Motherfuckers that write my prescriptions, they got degrees. Motherfuckers that, you know, do things as far as our money goes, they have degrees. Okay? If I need some help with it, if I need a lawyer for anything, they're going to have a degree. So it just depends on what you want to do with your life. No, don't let these niggas shame your motherfucking ass out of going to school. You know, just have a plan.
But see, let me just say this also before we get the hell out of here. Because, see, if you have a problem with anything that's been said about sex workers over here, I just want you to know that I meant every fucking word that I said, because I'm not in the business of caping for career holes either. So let me be clear. I don't give a fuck who you fuck, when, where, and why, or how. I don't give a fuck. Sell all the pussy that you want. But if you come for me and my career, my education, the fact that I work a job or whatever I do for a living, then you can bet your ass that I'm going to remind you of what your job is, which is stand on your knees and lying on your back. And see, that's another huge problem that we keep running into on this app, is that people can dish a whole bunch of shit that they can't take. You run your mouths constantly about shit that has nothing to do with you. And then when people clap back, they all of a sudden become the bullies. And see, the last thing I give a fuck about is what another bitch does with her funk box. Just know that. And just know that we also have a shortage of antibiotics coming up for 2023. So keep that in mind also. And I hope I've made myself clear on that, since you have people capable of whole shit and chiming in with opinions on situations they know absolutely nothing about. So they say. And see, I have no problems with sex workers in general, but if you speak on my life, then I'm speaking on yours. The women realize that we match y'all's energy, the better. So just do your content. And if you don't fuck with us, don't watch ours. It's just that simple. And see, I don't know how many times you have to be uninvited from a party that you were never invited to in the first place, and then complain about the entertainment when you get here. Where the fuck they do that at?
Listen, ladies, it's all about being safe. And I agree with Aaliyah 150%. It's all about being safe and making sure that you can survive day to day. Life is not easy. It's not for the faint at heart. So all you ladies that have done your fucking thing, you getting your bills paid, your health is in order, right? Your bank account's in order. I take my hat off to you, because the shit is not for the faint at heart. If you look around you, right, there's a lot of not just women, people in general that's struggling to get their shit day to fucking day. If you in a situation where you got to borrow $100, darling, it's time to make some motherfucking changes, right? You got other shit to worry about, mammy, instead of worrying about what divestors are talking about. Dead ass fucking serious. You know, you shouldn't at 28, 29 years old be having to borrow money. And I understand that people go through things. They do. They go through things. It is what it is. But if you're not on the track to change your life and keep yourself safe, I don't know what to tell you. Don't come for divestors when it's not advantageous to you. I would just keep it real with you. It's not. Okay? So let's go ahead and close this thing on up. And you know I got to put him back up here. Fuck wrong with y'all. Where they at? Where they at?
They want to spend that on me.
Where they at?
I know some soldiers in here. Where they at? Won't mind putting that on me.
Oh shit. Nasty ass, fucking ass, disgusting ass niggas. Right? Those are y'all soldiers. Keep it up. Keep playing around with them and you're going to get your issue. That's all I got to say about that. I hope y'all had a wonderful Veterans Day. All right? And I'm headed to Discord after I go pee. How about that part? Love y'all. See y'all next time.
Good night.
Thank you.